welcome back to Meathead Gaming. The next giveaway will be an AK and a AWP, both redline. All you have to do to be eligible to win the skin is to be subscribed to the channel and to comment on any of my videos. The winner will be announced on the 15th of June 2019. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy the video. Until next time, stay strong.
FURIA with 2 smokes, 4 flashbangs, no upgraded pistols, so Glocks across the board with 3 sets of Kevlar. We have no diffuse kits on the Astralis side. They've got a smoke, HE, and flashbang. It's Dupree who's investigating towards the second mid position, maybe pushing the apartments there. He's going to fall back eventually, but Glaive, he's certainly interested in this first kill.
Yep, very aware that someone could be at the woodlogs, but actually not enough it seemed. He was looking there for a while. The grenade is going to do a bit in return, but still, that's a great trade. Quesarado opening up with a Glock kill, and now Smoke is going to go off. They have another 2 people here, so actually if they had rushed in FURIA, that could have been pretty dangerous. But they're going to stand their ground for a minute. Now look at Astralis on the other side of the A-bomb side. They're looking in. They just looked into towards middle. They didn't see anyone from the arch, and now Dev1ce is going to be picking up 2 kills, but the rotation is already happening, and Dev1ce doing even more damage. This is such a great defense.
Yeah, this is looking very good for Astralis. They lost that first pick, but it looks like things have stabilized somewhat. The bomb goes down in ruins. You do not want to be taking that in anywhere near that position, to be honest, Anders. That's a bit of a misplay. I understand what he was trying to do. Maybe he didn't realize he had the bomb, but that's a nightmare. If you get in that position, the round's over if you die, which he did after finding 1 frag.
This was such a textbook round from Astralis early on, because when they lose the Glaive at top banana, the 2 people who are playing A, they go and actually check middle. Like, they just confirm no one's there. It's so basic for Inferno, but it's still great to actually see it play out. And then as soon as Magus keys at arch, he sees nobody in mid, he actually goes to rotate, which is why he's there to get the kill in construction. So, yeah, good stuff.
Well, we have the force fight in return from the Brazilians here. They've got Deagles and CZs and Mac-10 as well. They're going to send all 5 players towards B. Nothing too flashy here, but looks of things. Going to be smoking towards the coffins and CT spawn, I'd imagine. Problem is, all 5 players here, they have no idea what's going on in terms of flanks. Zipex playing some heads-up CS here, just prodding, trying to do a little bit of damage there at the start. He does. Vinny's gone down to 64. Dev1ce, he gets flashed here, you know. He's going to melt through this opposition. They're challenging 1 by 1. He's taken 2 down, and Quesarado and Arta, the walking wounded right now. Glaive will get 1 through the smoke, and it looks like this is a very calm and calculated round here from Astralis. They've given nothing away here, Anders.
I mean, the persistence as well with the double Molotov, really making sure that some of those crazy rushes we've seen out of FURIA, they weren't really going to be possible this round. So.
Yeah, they nullified everything there. They didn't really take any damage. They haven't given away a single kill, and it will be 2-0 against the force fight. FURIA will have to take the full eco now. Inferno to kick things off, Mirage second, and more importantly, Nuke third. I really want to see it get there, just because that will be the proper rematch. I don't really see this as one of those per se, because yeah, they won the best of 1, but it's the first map of the tournament. Astralis looked very flat. It wasn't the usual team. This morning they looked fantastic, so I think we've got a very different game in store.
Yeah, and I think unfortunately FURIA have a real disadvantage in best of 3 territory.
Yeah, I feel like they're the best of 1 team for sure. Like they can cause upsets all day long in best of 1s. They can catch people off guard, no doubt about that. If they can keep up with the big boys in this series and get us to 3 maps, I think that would be a victory in its own right. If they took Astralis to 3 maps, like, sure, you might not win the thing, but it will be a real nice step in the right direction.
I definitely agree. It's not even meant as like harsh criticism against FURIA.
Of course.
Like, they're not supposed to have a map pool that's this deep yet.
Exactly.
So
and
it's just building.
We talked about their CT side being an issue.
Yeah.
The fact they've lost the T side pistol and it's going to be a 3-0, that concerns me. But it's still very early days here. Double kill for Mages, no problem whatsoever. Arts, they love a knife, don't they? They really
kind of expected. I think now's the first test to see if FURIA can convert early on.
Well, they're up against what we call the bonus round at this point. You can see Astralis with residual UMPs, 3 of them in fact. They're really trying to save money here, but they are the masters of utility on Inferno, so I don't necessarily see this as a massive deal for them. They do a lot of their damage through utility. At the very start of these rounds, their grenade damage, it really kind of paved the way as to how CT side of Inferno should be, or could be played almost. And we'll see if that will come into effect early. They've only done a little bit of damage towards Quesarado for now. Speaking of which, we have got some mid-presence coming through. Arts, that's a really underwhelming peak. You're by yourself, you haven't flashed it, you're just walking for a smoke. CTs will always have the advantage in terms of the grey screen effect. They're going to see you before you even have vision. difficult one as well. If he had just shown a bit more presence and just maybe committed to that, he would have traded with Zipex no problem. They would have had the bomb site. And I feel like just waiting and just allowing his team to go for a default towards B wasn't really the best way to operate. But either way, it's 4-0 Astralis. They did win that bonus round. You can see that utility getting it now. Vinny segregated in front of the flames. And with the smokes down, nothing really can be done to respond quickly. So there we have it. It is going to be a 5-on-4. This is a partial buy now from FURIA. They have got maximum loss bonus this round, but couldn't really do anything with it with the lack of plants coming through. So what's the call going to be? They have a single flashbang. Like I said, 5-on-4. And this first half is about what I expected. Astralis looking incredibly strong. As long as they get that pistol, I feel like they're going to be absolutely fine.
In that last round, though, I don't know if it's hesitation, but it isn't the style that we normally associate with FURIA. I feel like that hasn't been their problem, committing to a fight and sort of like, you know, following through. So that scares me a bit. Don't throw that away just because you're playing Astralis. Like, just forget about the fact that you're playing Astralis and just continue to sort of try and see if you can get some of those weird timings. I felt like they were maybe second-guessing themselves a bit too much. Well, they're going to put in that one flashbang that you mentioned, Henry, and it doesn't do what they were hoping for at all.
Yeah, it doesn't really. The thing with flashbangs on Inferno is, yeah, there are a few pop flashes you can do, but ideally you need to be throwing the first one, forcing them to look away, then you follow it up the bombardment, right? So when they come back in to try and fight you, there's constant flashes coming in, so they can't really do much with it. One flash won't do a great deal for you. You can see it coming, it's quite telegraphed. One player's not going to be flashed. Then it's
pretty low in my opinion, so
sure.
I want to do that. 5-0 in favor of Astralis here, playing
yes.
CT side in front of it. They're off to a very good start. Obviously, they know what the money is out of control for them, in fact, already. So,
well, it enables them to start mixing things up every other round or so. They can start going aggressive plays. They've got a bit of confidence here. They've got enough buffer to really justify it. Vinny, you think, would nail that kill, and he might get it, but no. Zipex have a little bit of damage there from the bullets. The flames finishes him off, and again, there's no trade potential there. The flames are behind him. The smoke's there as well. His teammates can't even join him. An opening pick, and it's going to be a really rough round once again for FURIA. Quad control coming through. Art's leading the way, but Magus really is fantastic in this pit position. You don't see him miss many shots, and you see him, timing's a little bit awkward there. The nade is just spot on. There's so much damage there, pretty much max damage, and he'll follow it up the frag as well. 5-on-2, Keserato and Yuri separated right now, at least on the same side of the map. One towards the apartments, one a quad. They have two smokes, a flashbang and a Molotov, but almost no hope of doing anything with this round. Maybe Magus will be taken down, but like I said, he is the master of that position, and it's just a one kill found for FURIA. Better than 0, I suppose, which they posted a lot so far, but still no plan, no real danger there for Astralis whatsoever.
And they are really getting slowed down. This isn't the sort of the usual Brazilian pace that we've been expecting so far. So either Astralis are doing a pretty good job with the grenades, or FURIA are getting a little bit into their own sort of mind space here and just worried about the fact that they're playing Astralis. It's hard to tell at the moment. But yeah, it's a little bit out of control. Astralis have so much money to work with, and FURIA are going to have to try and see if they can find a way to bounce back, hopefully pretty early on. They're going to run into a double grenade that lands kind of a bit of an unusual spot, a little bit in the middle of it. They're going to get shut down here. That's a powerful way to get started, that double grenade.
Yeah, certainly it doesn't help the cause on the T side. Vinny will have the creep here, but it's as sassy as it gets. Another opening pick, damage to Keserato. Glaive looks so comfortable right now. You can see them being really active on the CT side. They're willing to challenge choke points, and why not? You know, you've got the superior firepower, you've got all the utility, you're 6-0 up, there's so much money here, why not take some risks? As they will commits towards B. They've got to run through the smoke again. It's so perfect. Will they check the boost? They actually will. Flashbang's decent, shots even better, and they actually have a decent chance of winning this now. It's going to be a 4 versus 3 for the Astralis. I would say almost certainly go for this. You don't need to save here. Oh, maybe not. I guess they are. They really are being efficient in terms of saving the pennies, Anders.
Yeah,
I would say go for that.
To work with, but
when
yeah,
you've got CZs especially, like, why not? They've got CZs, they probably won't have any utility. Like, I would say that's a missed call from Astralis. They should be going for that.
Yeah, well, especially because it's so early on. Like, they could have at least tried to get a couple of kills and see what happens.
Yeah,
you know?
at least make it expensive. I'd like, it's impressive to see the discipline from Astralis. Like, that's cool. But look at the money they've got left over. Like, 10k on 2 players, 9,000 on Glaive. You know they've got CZs. Sure, they've got a couple of rifles from you, but they probably don't have much utility. They don't have an AWP, you know that much.
Yeah.
I feel like that retake, even if it doesn't work out for you, if you just make sure you have rifles in the next round, That's enough in my book.
Just if we're dishing out a little bit of criticism as well to Astralis, which we should, it felt to me like Sip and Glaive, I don't know if you spotted it, but they were sort of taking their time even getting that boost in. Like they were both crouched looking at each other for a while.
It's true, but
like,
the thing is the boost was there in time. It was just a very effective flashbang from FURIA. You could see they couldn't really do much of the boost.
They had the boost, but the second player who wasn't, I guess there's Glaive, who wasn't boosted, he was sort of like weirdly, like he was sort of falling back.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So I'm just saying if they'd done it like 2 seconds earlier, maybe Glaive could have got, I guess he was trying to run back to confidence or something.
Ideally, like if you're going to have that set of a 2 CD spawn, you need the lower player to be like challenging from lower and taking the aggro away, right? Just so they don't come in pre-firing towards the boost. So yeah, I agree with you. That's a good point. No AWP again. Dev1ce not feeling it right now. I guess everything's going so swimmingly for them. They'll just stick to the current setup. He did save that creek from the last round, of course. Maybe we'll see it as the game develops, but still, not a huge deal here. As mid control, fast round here from the Brazilians. They have got decent control middle. Nice Molotovs as well, but it's Glaive to open things up. He's playing towards Trash, and he'll take Arts down. Decent nade again. It must be so agonizing to play against Astralis when they're in form and looking like they're landing every single HE. That seems to do at least 30 damage every one thrown.
I'm so confused. They've
on.
rotated Glaive back towards the B bomb site, and they rotated Magiscout without him using any of his smokes. Now he doesn't have any more, but he could have probably stuck around and helped to smoke the B bomb site. So that
Zipex still has his, I suppose.
Yeah.
We're less than a minute. Like ideally, you want to be throwing that last smoke in like 40 seconds.
Yes.
But we'll see if they can hold it off. Smoke's down. Zipex gets nothing, and Glaive kind of awkward for him. He might just have to wait for the rotations at this point. Of course, he gets one through the smoke. Bit of a calling card of his. He's a bit of an inferno specialist, I would say. Glaive. He always seems to deliver on the CT side, and they've set themselves up surely a retake at this point. There's only one smoke remaining on the FURIA side. They have 3 rifles. Yuri 75 health. Here comes Glaive. We've got all the FURIA players in position, one towards Banana. Obviously equal things out by taking down a Glaive.
Yeah, good flashbang though. That goes over the construction roof there, but Abel J going to get one in return. This is looking pretty good for FURIA right now. 2-on-2. Might be able to claim a second round of the pre. Going to pick up one headshot now. Abel J in the corner. And can he play for time? It's not going to be possible. They're going to get the defuse. That is... They were close to holding that site, but this is pretty gut-wrenching now. 7-1.
I can hear some shouting there. Sounds like Astralis players.
That's Glaive, isn't it? His birthday?
It is his birthday. He's enjoying himself, stepping one up, you know. There's Glaive, that first kill. You could see Artis didn't see that coming at all. He assumed the flames are deep enough to protect him, but no. Here's the flash from Dupree as well, just to close out this retake.
Yeah, it's really not bad at all, is it? But yeah, I'm still confused because they had Magisk over at B in the beginning and they rotated him back to Arch, but he never threw any of his grenades.
Yeah, I suppose he's the pit player, right? He needs that smoke if he's holding pit. Like if they Molotov that position, the broken wall, he needs to extinguish. That's the default play, right?
It's just if I'm being left alone at B, I kind of want the person who's rotating out of there to at least help me with that.
Zipex had his, and it's just like you need it for pit as well. So they were just kind of playing off that fact, I suppose.
And it didn't backfire this time, so fair play.
Yeah, no harm, no foul is what I usually say. And Arts, that's not a great spot. He could be a double kill here for Dev1ce. Certainly is. Oh, that is wonderful. The audacity of this kid just to push even further after 2 kills. I love it. That's just showing that confidence is swelling at this point. And is the fact they've got 7-1 lead. They've got tons of money. Dev1ce, he probably wants to get rid of the Krieg at this point. He's like, guys, I should probably bring the AWP out now, right? So I'll be super aggressive. I'll see what I can do. But he ends up getting 3 kills, of course. And he'll have to stick on the rifles. Says, oh, I love this setup. What a disgusting ratty setup they've got going on here. 2 of them waiting in the same position, piggybacking each other, and it's going to be a 5 versus 1. Quesarata can do nothing about this.
I don't think
we might have a kill here. Decent damage. Not quite though. Oh, the nade might do it. Oh, I like this. Alley-oop. Boom! He's done it.
He has absolutely bombed him on the other side, hasn't he?
Yeah, that was great.
Helmets and all just doesn't do enough, does it?
Apparently not.
But he's boxed in between 4 players.
Oh yeah, so he's not doing much more with this. Like he gets 1 kill, sure, that's fine. But 2 towards Banana, 2 on the site. He gets 1 more kill, I'll be impressed. Oh, they're playing it so well at the same time. They're trying to run down the money, right? They're trying to make sure the Congress goes down to 0. So that's what, you know, I can't really play anymore, but I can certainly talk some nonsense about it.
There we go. That's all we're really asking. Oh!
He is just on another level right now.
You said rat Counter-Strike, Henry. I thought it was a good term.
I thought it was a ratty setup.
Well, all right.
I realized when I said it sounded worse, like Like, in the UK, we use that term quite loosely, but Caesarato, he will reply in due course. He's going to take down the Zipex here. Glaive, what is he up to now? This looks like another ratty setup, if I'm honest. It's not going to work out for him. Oh, it may be the Dupree, though. The double spray now comes through. Low HP on Caesarato. He does inflict to the right player. 2 versus 2 ensues with the AWP up as well. This is when the AWP comes into his own on the T side. Post plant the B bomb site, it really can have high impact. About 4 HP.
Wow.
Oh, so did Caesarato as well. Shout out to him.
Yes.
4 HP, balls of steel to actually challenge towards CT spawn. He knew he had to make that shot happen. If they sit there statically, they'd be naded, they'd be taken out of the equation. And still, no eco for Astralis. Going to round number 11 here. Arthur to try and beat the smoke, not going to happen. Takes a pop shot, does not land. And they're going to boost above this smoke now. So we see Art Vision from this. What can he actually see?
Oh,
jumping through it.
Oh, it's so dangerous. And Dupree's really going to catch him.
You have to wake up pretty early in the morning to kind of find Astralis. They even get some rounds off them. They're actually trying that with the AWP jumping through smoke was quite a risky move, I have to say. They've got 1 smoke remaining.
I'm so conflicted about that kind of play because I would say I wouldn't advise it, but I sort of want them to do it because
it's cool. Like what he's trying to do there is like he's looked over the smoke. He's not trying to get a kill necessarily, but he's looked towards Arch and Quad, and he's kind of ascertained that this position's clear. But he can't obviously see behind the pillar at Quad. He can't see the boost positions. He can't really see everything. It's a huge risk, and you've just thrown away your AWP essentially, which is vital for finding those opening kills by pushing through a smoke and hoping for the best. And I don't think that's a sustainable approach against the world's best team, right? That's going to be difficult to see that happen and work over and over again.
Yeah, it really
does
is.
the Molotov get him? No, it doesn't.
No, it
so Zipex can own it from here.
You can throw it to the lands up here.
Yeah, you can. I've received it a few times.
You've been on the receiving end, though. Nobody likes that. Sip to clean it up. Well, here's my problem, though. If they try crazy stuff like that, okay, you know, we could definitely see it. We could definitely say that's so risky, very unlikely that it'll work out. But I'm scared if FURIA go back and they say, well, let's just try and play like more default Counter-Strike, and you're playing that against Astralis.
They love it when people play default against
yeah,
them, right? That's
so
their favorite.
That doesn't seem like a winning tactic. I would almost rather that they try and say, you know what, try some crazy stuff. It might not work out, but
sure.
Weirdly, it might actually have a higher chance of working in some sense than...
Yeah, well, unfortunately for FURIA fans, I'm one of them myself, I would say, their T-sides are normally spectacular, their CT forces not so much, so this does not bode well at all. But this doesn't look bad, at least they've got a frag, but Magisk is there, he gets the triple kill. And Yuri with 1, it's a bit of a consolation prize, he peeks out. Not really worth facing when he gets towards underpass, it's too much of a difficult shot from a CT POV. But we'll see what he can do. They get max loss bonus next round on the T side, but they're going to be 10-2 down. They need at least 1 more round, right? Let's say at least 1 more. 12-3, it's not ideal, but Inferno has the craziest comebacks of all the maps, so that's enough.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I said 12-3 probably do need to win the pistol on the second half, but
yeah,
but
probably that would help. Like, I guess not essential. You could win the second round force buy.
There are options. There are definite options.
Well, 10-2 comes in. Dev1ce brings out the AWP. Haven't really seen that so far.
It's been such a luxury for Astralis in this first half because they've never had to worry about the money, have they? Like all the grenades, everything.
Which I guess goes back to the fact when they saved things like retake. Sure, there was definitely a conversation to be had that they could have won that round or done some damage, but look how strong their money is now. Like, they're saving every penny, and that's been a philosophy for Astralis for a long time now. So, FURIA thirdly back into the default here. We said that's where Astralis already punished them, but so far so good. They have solid B control. See Caesarato there at the top, but this is such an aggro team. You can see them, there's no trade potential. They've been locked out from the utility. Sure, didn't find the kill, but it certainly forced Caesarato to stay and fight. And he got towards sandbags. Glaive loves his position. Vinny aware of it. At least gets 1 in return. Maybe a little bit too aggressive here from the Astralis side, but it's fine. Still 2 players on that side of the map. That'll be Zipex and Dev1ce with the AWP in CT spawn. And we do have Dupree pushing the apartments. This could work out very nicely for him. Oh, he misses everyone. That's why Counter-Strike is awesome. Like, 1 second can change absolutely everything. He now thinks they're going towards B.
Yeah, he might very well be calling that to his teammates and essentially feeding his own team incorrect information. Or is he going to get another timing here? Vinny's going to be walking in. He's going to be so mad, isn't he? Doesn't get his spot, but Dupree saw that.
Yep, so he's going to go out, get a quick kill here. He probably won't fire straight away. There we go. Oh, I was about to say he should have gone for the long distance player first, potentially, but that was unlucky. Could have been a bit cleaner on the first kill, a couple of taps, then go for the spray.
Yeah, definitely. That's actually, is that going to give them back in this round a little bit? It's still a 3-on-3.
It's still Pit. Remember, this dude is unreal in this position. He's got that smoke still. You can see him saving that if he ever gets pressured. If a Molotov comes in, he'll be ready to defuse, and he's preempting it now with 15 seconds remaining. He knows he's safe to challenge his position now, and actually gives him a bit of a one-way too. So might as well use it at this point. He can hear them towards the bomb site and the plant going down. Though, oh, what? Why has he jumped? And why has it worked?
Oh, Henry, I can't believe it.
It actually just nails the headshot, of course.
I want to see that from Sip's point of view. Please, can we do that?
I can't believe it. Like, that might be a mouse wheel bug or just blind panic, but that should not be landing. And it looks like FURIA is up there. The jump per kill, I suppose, wins them the round. They just couldn't deny the plant. Dev1ce was really can here, but nothing.
Can we see?
Found.
We could have Sip on camera too from his point, like his reaction. That's just one of the most ridiculous things I've seen.
The apex of his jump as well. Here it comes. Like, it's obviously very close range, but like, you should be punished if you jump in that scenario. Like, there's a mouse wheel bug, like in some mice, I suppose, but like modern day kind of mouses don't really have that, you know. Like, they don't at all. That doesn't happen. That was back in my day. The 3.0 would make you jump all the time.
Yeah, I remember.
But that was about it. It must have just been panic, I would assume.
I'm actually so happy that happened. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, that was silly.
Well, ooh, they're trying to see if they can beat the smoke. This is the FURIA that I was expecting to see, at least for a while. Like, test it out, and they haven't really been able to. Vinny, though, great opening, and he almost gets the follow-up. Sip, though, will take down 2. I think they could have probably won the fight.
Cool. We'll see what he can do with it. I assume he'll play deep in the apartments, or maybe at the very edge of the balcony. Magisk will have a CZ only, and he'll patrol to the middle. So they put all their eggs in the B bomb side basket. And
there's a saying about that, isn't there, Henry?
There is. You're right. That's what I did there. I kind of mixed it up a bit.
Well, let's see if it's true. Meg is going to be here with the CC. Oh, no. He just cleans them all up. That is such a great trade, although now they're getting a little bit overzealous.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's Glaive trying to pounce on the opportunity. He knows there's a limited percentage chance of them winning this one. And they're going to send 2 players back towards B. They're hoping that the push from Glaive is enough to suggest there's maybe only 1 player there. And Dupree left to hold the A bomb site with just a shotgun. Now that is going to be a tall order.
Well, he's trying to get this timing twice now and has been sort of not rewarded for it. Let's see if he can do it the 3rd time.
The range has got a bit too much now. Even if he swings out at this point, he won't be able to take someone down.
I can never tell with the shotguns, I'm not going to lie.
Not that Max 7, that won't kill. Even at 83 HP.
Like a headshot?
No, it would do like 60, I think, at that range.
Okay, well, I respect your authority, Henry, on the subject. I'm going to count on you to be right.
Well, this range is a bit different. Ooh, 26 HP left. It looks like they've done enough. 10-5. After the way this is going, Anders, I think they'll be pretty satisfied with this. It's not bad if they win it, of course.
It's well, Dev1ce was only really rotating when the bomb went down, so it's going to take them a while to even get here.
They got no kits either. I don't think there's any chance. That's why I kind of made that outlandish comment. But let's see what Zipex can do. If he gets his 1 frag, we're on to. Oh no, not going to happen. Oh, I thought they're both going to die, and then my flame set. That would have been pretty cool. But yeah, Dev1ce like 1% chance of winning this now. If that, like, it's so many variables against him with no kit, no smoke, 3 players to find, and down. You want to see that? You want to see him sweat a bit?
Yeah,
lose the first map.
I kind of enjoy the fact that it feels like it's a bit more open season now all across the board. Like I'm enjoying the fact that FURIA are playing well. I mean, this is a really tough task for them. Vinny pushing. He's going to execute 1. That's a great shot against Glaive. And Dupree still has the P250, so they want to be really careful about that. Dev1ce pushing up, taking the fight, no problem. There are 3 people, nobody's defending A right now, but Astralis don't know that.
Yeah, that's a good point. This is a huge gamble from FURIA, and it could work out for them as well. You can see Dupree, only player full health still. He's ready to ride down past the wall. It looks like FURIA have the advantage here. It's back and forth. What a brawl this is turning out to be.
They know. They've seen how many people there.
Yep. They can't really. Oh yeah, the bomb's making its way now. Dev1ce will go down. If you can find 1, that'd be great. Oh, that's enough! Woo! That's fantastic. I didn't think he'd be good for even 1 kill there. Low HP, 1 bullet hitting his chest, he'd be done for. They were going to go plant the bomb A, and with the timings, I would say Magisk probably could pull that one off. But still, Dev1ce goes above and beyond and wins them the pistol, which FURIA desperately needed.
18-5, so he's getting close to your halftime score, Henry.
Yeah, it's not bad. I respect him. He's an upcoming player.
Still new to the game.
Yeah,
so.
he's got a lot to learn, but I feel like he's onto something.
Well, 11-5, and FURIA with the chance for redemption in this round, a pretty good. I mean, considering the money, you know, you can do a lot of damage with this kind of a buy.
And you can follow them down as well with the CZ. That's a really effective tactic. Not only does it do damage, it also provides a veil, you know, to actually allow you to get towards the T-steps. So let's see if they want to follow those down. They absolutely do. So that's great. It does do some damage, but it does give it the fact, like, everyone's aware of this strategy. If you don't get an early kill with it, it normally won't work out for you. But it does look a little bit difficult to handle here from Astralis. They've got those UMPs, and you can see Pincer moving towards that's the flashbang, pretty spot on. Fantastic at this kill. He will manage to pull that off, and ultimately Astralis win 13-5. FURIA will be able to bring out at least some weaponry this round. 13-5 down, though. It feels like the one thing I didn't want to see might be happening. 16-5 could be on the cards here, because they will not have everything they need. They won't have all the bells and whistles here. They're not going to have arts AWP. They're not going to have any kits. They will have limited utility. They actually have 3 incendiaries. It's not too bad. 4 augs, 1 M4. We'll see if this is going to be enough.
If there's something to work with here, that's for sure. 13-5. Trying to see if they get that early gun out. Do run into a pretty heavy grenade stack there, so that's 4 people, and one of them dies, 2 of them are wounded pretty early on.
Like, it kind of makes sense, you know, like 4 people towards you might sound insane at the start of a round, but it's the most common one on the map, right? It's where bring it back and get the last, I think, 3 out of 4 rounds towards the end was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But overall, it looks like now FURIA will struggle. They continue to be aggressive here. It's their playstyle. I respect it. It's just, it's not sustainable. I've used that word twice now. It's because you can't do this every round, right? It might work every now and then, sure. They need to really focus on their default setups on the CT side and work out how they can remove your chances of being that aggressive every round.
Yeah, even setting up for a flashbang over towards Banana, just in case there was going to be some sort of rush down. That would probably slow that down a fair bit. Oh, Yuri, but he got a kill and a teammate. We hate to see that happening, but they were almost stacked on top of each other, so that's a bit unfortunate. Sort of lowers the morale on the team when you start shooting each other.
Yeah, it doesn't really bode well. Oh, that position. Now you can see that's what I mean on their CD sides. They're not really supporting each other there. Sure, there's a trade eventually, but it's not a compelling setup towards B. You've got one super aggro and one of Coffins rotating in the corner to help out, but he's doing a fantastic job. Do not get me wrong. Serato, 14 HP, still wants to fight it. The flashbang will remove him.
Now, Yuri.
Yeah, for sure. Great player. 15 kills to his name. Oh, this is where they'll reside. But maybe that's what they needed. Like, it was a really kind of flat performance from them on the first day, but today against NIP they look great. They've had a fantastic first half here. Sure, it might take them a while to close this one out, but I'm almost certain they still will.
Yeah, but, well, you were sort of talking about having a good start. That kind of a good start gives you so many rounds to sort of figure something out, learn what the defense is like. It's just such a luxury to have when you can. I mean, not just saying throw away. Oh, that Molotov. Yeah, it's gonna cancel that little setup.
Oof. Yeah, they didn't take too much damage, but it's frustrating when you got 2 players there. You know, always worth Molotoving the steps. Just if there's one person there, especially if it's a stack, you won't see that stack too much in your games at home. But something to bear in mind. Maybe flashing out of the apartments there to see if Zipex can find an opening with no telegraph smokes or anything like that. Oh, they take a lot of damage though. You couldn't really time that nade better if you tried. Incendiary will go through, is going to force them out, and I feel like 3 kills. Okay, Serato is on the cards. There's 2. He sends the 3rd packing on 24 HP, and this is where you'll see that really crisp aim of FURIA come through. 5-on-2 now, Dev1ce. He'll be holding Boiler. Bombs just in front of him, his teammates behind him. Major School patrol towards middle, but remember he was that 3rd player towards apartments. He had to fall back once his 2 teammates were removed. FURIA onto another round here. They'll get number 9 from this, no problem.
Beautiful defense from Serato.
Looking much better now, yeah. Once they stopped rushing every round, like you can see that they understand what's going on. This is looking pretty decent.
It's putting down that Molotov and then finding the right timing to go for the fight, because if you do it too early and get shot in the face, then sure, they'll take some damage from the Molotov, but they'll be out, you know. But he timed it perfectly between those 2 things, so that is very nice. Round number 9 on the board here for FURIA. Not to be counted out just yet. The money not really looking great for the Danish side, so I don't know. We might have to pay attention a little bit more now, Henry. I feel like it's getting close to the point where this could get interesting.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. This was quesaRado. What a brilliant play. He did, what, like 120 damage to the grenade, drops the incendiary to make them commit as well. Like, you couldn't really ask for more from him in that particular round. It's really impressive. And is this a full buy from Astralis? It pretty much is. They invest in almost everything, and they get 2 rifles from it, a UMP, and a couple of pistols. Maybe a partial buy was in order. This is when you can start letting FURIA back into it. First kill for AbleJ. Yuri looked like he's almost certainly got this kill towards balcony. There was a second available to him as well. The incendiary might find it. I say might with bated breath. Glaive will see the incendiary coming. But a 5-on-3. Opening picks once again. FURIA have just thrown caution to the wind at this point. He's like, you know what? Let's just take him down with skill. Let's just challenge him. Let's hit our shots. Let's get our money strong. And it's actually working out pretty well so far.
I love that flashbang that lands on the wall. Oh,
you like that?
Well, that's even better than a flashbang. I'm not gonna lie.
I would say that's fair. Okay, so can I get back to you? Maybe second map. I'll have a think about it in the break.
Yeah, give it.
I want to give you a proper answer. I don't want to give you like the.
I think you're off to a good start.
The default funny answer, which I'd normally do, kind of.
No, it's good. I
appreciate it. You know, I want to give you a proper answer. So let me work on it.
It's good to know that you wouldn't just impulsively, you know.
No, that's one thing that I wouldn't just buy like a Lamborghini or something like that. Like I'm not about that life. I'm more about the smart investments, sustaining futures, and Zipex will get 2. He gets the P250 into action here. This could be the round they find number 15. They have not recovered a rifle yet, but Dev1ce, oh my goodness, you are one brave man. I'll give you that. He was about to push that smoke down towards me with an AWP in hand, and it cost him his life. He just had the whole barrels of the AWP, right? That was enough.
Yeah, that would have been enough. Oh, Vinny, he's going to have to go really huge here. He needs to save this round for them. They can't give this one up.
He ought to know the plan, I think.
It's right in front of him. He's got the right idea. He's pushed for the smoke. Is anyone there to stop him? Oh, he turns around. The smoke, the bomb did go down, but still, Vinny cleaning up with a double here, and now it's Dev1ce, and good job on Vinny. Wait for that second teammate to come in. They do have kids, but he's going to be walking in right now. Dev1ce missing a shot.
In more ways than one. He really believes in this.
They almost fumbled that whole thing, Henry.
Yeah, this just way too aggressive. Unfortunately, that's how they live and die. This time they managed to stick the landing, and Vinny will take some nade damage at the start, down to 45. Glaive actually in front of the smoke. That's a nice position to be in. He can be flashed over from T-steps here. Will provide his own flashbang. Molotov towards the banana corner there, and a response incendiary will be exchanged. Arts there with the AWP at the very top. Bomb still down in T-spawn, so do not expect any heavy commitments from Astralis anytime soon. Another Molotov that looks things towards the corner. Flashbang to follow it up as well, and that will send Art packing. He's got to go right back towards the bomb site here. Looks like he still wants another slice of the action though.
He has got a smoke, so if he could sort of get that first kill, put down the smoke, that's probably the dream scenario if you're holding along.
Yeah, exactly. 1 kill, smoke, around this time as well, sub 1 minute. Does he want to commit to this though? Has he got flashbang? Has Vinny got one? No, so he can't flash him in. He's just going to dry peek this. Oh, that's such a risky play. He doesn't die. quesaRado to be there to back things up, and Astralis now are committing to be in the smoke, and I feel like FURIA's done enough already. I don't see a way Astralis break through.
How's he not died?
I don't know. Like
they were close to the wall.
That was a crazy move from him. But like, I guess those sort of plays you just don't expect sometimes. Like I was thought maybe his team has got a flashbang, he'll then peek, but just a dry peek, and they're going back towards A.
Yeah, but they have Molotovs in the pit. Yuri's got one. If he doesn't die here, then he's gonna Molotov the side. He's just thinking, yeah, don't put the bomb down there. That's gonna force them a lot. He does get killed in the end. 10 seconds here. quesaRado trying to cover that angle. 8 seconds left. They need to get the bomb down. It's on Magus, and he's gonna run his way.
Let's go. You know, this is where it's heading.
Yeah, and I think especially if they can prove to us that they have that second gear, if they can fall back to playing another style on top of this one, then it's amazing. Well, let's see how this goes. We're back in the game, round number 27. It's 14-12, and FURIA, they've embarked on a crazy comeback. It was 14-6, and that's an opening for AbleJ, taking down Dupree. Now they're at 14-12. If they win 10 rounds in a row, then they can still get it in regulation. And so far, they're making a pretty good case for that being achievable. They've got a 3-man stack at B. This could be the perfect call, Henry. They could have it right on the money here. It looks like Astralis want to set up. Oh God, they could be walking right into this triple stack.
So they've set up for A unique HE towards Coffins, trying to do some early damage here, but Keserato doesn't take anything. He's actually out of position and gets back up there. I dare say we're going to tie things up after this one. Unless Astralis get a plant, they're in a lot of trouble. 5-on-4 for now. Keserato, good news for Astralis, he doesn't have any utility.
Yeah. But
he's joined for Yuri, he's got the flashbang. And Vinny, who's got a flash as well, so we'll see if this is going to be enough. They'll hold up with a boost, and you saw Astralis use it in the first half. It's very effective, especially with all the chaos. You've got two players there to take attention away from you.
If Vinny gets a kill, falls back and throws the flashbang, and then they all just re-peek it, that might just be it. Like, that would be a perfect sequence.
That's a good call. He's the same for one kill here, but that's not really his playstyle. I don't think he'll be satisfied with 1 or 0. Yuri now will have to fight back. He's locked in behind the pillar. Looks like Astralis might go for a third, and the missed shots from Keserato. He hasn't missed many this game, Anders. That might cost him the lead, though, because at this point, it's going to be 15-12. It's still a 3-on-2. I thought it was a 3-on-1, so maybe there is a slight chance, but they need a smoke, they need incendiary, something. A flashbang I don't think will do it.
No, very likely not quite enough here. Or at least what they need is like a little bit of a gift from Astralis, somebody peeking a bit too early, and they're not really a team that's well known for that.
No, the fact they've got this trifecta set up, 1 banana, 1 well, 1 new boxes, is incredibly difficult to flush them out unless you have that incendiary. And you can see the timing's working out. Mages with
like 20 seconds left. They just played for time a little bit. Fair play to Vinny. He gets dry peeked with almost no chance to react. But the rest of them, I feel like, just a little bit of time being purchased there would have gone a long way to keep Astralis very uncomfortable. 15-12, Astralis are round away here from shutting down FURIA on map number 1. If they could just turn it around. That new money system really going to help out Astralis now as well, because even if they lose this upcoming round, they're going to have money to continue for a while. So I really think that's going to make a big difference, the loss bonus stacking up a little bit.
Well then, Molotov in, Arts taking a tiny bit of damage there. Nothing really to report. Flash is over. We've discussed this. He lost the challenge, and it sometimes cost him his life. Like, sure. And that's why I said you live and die by that sort of play style. Yeah. Works out sometimes for them. Great aim. But as soon as he goes down, you can see the B-bomb site. That's such a massive commitment from him. He's got no one to flash him in, no one there to pick up the pieces. Keserato had to rotate from A. Luckily, they didn't pounce on that pick, as they would have been in a lot of trouble. And they still might be. They're going for a 4-man stack at A. What? Based on what?
Just a lot of hope.
Just a blind hope. Maybe they'll go A. Yep, good call. I'm coming over.
Oh man, when you see this coming in and you have that gamble going on, you're not going to feel good, are you?
You just have to go for the covering fire spray from CT spawn as well. Hope you do some damage. And this is such a difficult retake now. I don't think there's a chance. 5-on-3. No. I didn't like that at all from FURIA. I've said that CD sides have been questionable. It's looked great this game. It's really worked out for them. But some of these calls and those gamble stacks, you don't want to be doing that in the potentially last round. If you give this one up, it's over.
Yeah, they're running out of time really quickly. There's the Molotov as well, buying even more time. That might have actually just almost done it. Vinny gonna get one good headshot there on Magisk, but more grenades continue to be exchanged back and forth. That bomb is very far ticked already. Yuri trying his best to get it back, but there's still 2 people to find. It will be 16-12.